Yeah, I've wondered with all of the plans in the future for social workers working with police departments and um, school social work increasing, and all of the talk of uh, social work being social workers being in almost every field, um, how they're going to fill that need.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, so I mean, I'm just curious about it, and um,
We'll just have to see what develops,
mhm.
and they're going to have to raise how much social workers are paid, because
Well, so that's, that when I look at bonuses, I kind of just bat my eyes,
yeah,
because it's short term,
that's a
right?
that's a yeah, one time thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, what I would advocate for social workers to do would to turn that down and subsidize and take that amount and put that into their salary so that they're getting that yearly instead, somehow, if they can negotiate that.
If they can negotiate that, yes.
Yeah. Because um, that short term really doesn't provide much.
I attended an interesting meeting with it was through NASW, and it was representatives of the Biden administration, and talking kind of a pre-planning uh, discussion in terms of the social work profession. And there were representatives from universities and in various fields of social work. And there was, it was really interesting in terms, of course, one of the topics that came up was increase in pay, that social workers are some of the lowest paid professionals, and even in private practice, under some of the insurances,
Yeah.
where like a psychiatrist gets such a percentage, and then psychologist a percentage, and then the social worker a percentage um, under that. And it's
There's a psychiatrist that I work with, that I do referrals with at times, who is fully booked and not accepting anymore right now, but she charges $800 a session.
and that is self-pay, or
So a few of my clients have insurance, and so they pay around 150 to 200, but she gets reimbursed around 800 from the insurance company.
well, that's interesting in terms of what code she's using.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
So I was seeing some social workers that were entering the field as a licensed master's level social work and making less than $15 an hour. Okay.
When was this and where?
This was in 2000, 2017,
Really?
2016. So now, granted, they were taking on, I was seeing LMSWs taking on positions like case management positions.
Okay.
So the case management position would be, which you still need at least a undergraduate degree for, was making about $14 an hour. I was at a gas station yesterday.
Were these bachelor level?
Yeah, minimum
master?
bachelor level position, but
Okay.
still
Okay.
college educated position, right?
Okay.
So I was at a gas station, and you maybe never heard of these gas stations, but they're starting to pop up in Florida. They come from Texas. It's called Buc-ee's. And on the board of Buc-ee's, at every pump, they advertise how much they pay each position. the lowest position they pay for is some sort of associate level position, and they pay $15 an hour. So I was amazed at that when I looked at that. And then I looked at Chick-fil-A, and they're the same thing, $15 an hour. So if I had to go back,
yeah,
I would have only done like a case management position for the experience. I don't know how somebody would do that for longevity.
no. And when you think about what's required and the type of work, that it's insanity almost.
Yeah. So,
you know, how ironic in terms of, you know, just talking about the pay level, which has got to change. But I don't know if I haven't done much reading at all on the new guidelines. I tried to get in on a Zoom meeting in terms of a review of the new NASW guidelines on the ethical guidelines on self-care. These are new additions. Have you become familiar with any of those at this point?
no,
okay.
Not yet.
Yeah, that's something I've got to do.
Not yet. It's on my plate. Just
yeah, how can you incorporate much self-care when you're looking at being
well, and I'm doing the best. I'm doing pretty good in terms of self-care. Like I still do my weekly.
I know you do well, and I'm making a point to incorporate, my my self-care routines into my life. That's just so important. But it's just, thinking about social workers being stacked back to back to back with cases at $15 an hour and then trying to incorporate self-care. How are you going to do that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, things are just going to have to change.
Yeah. And I love being curious to see what shows up.